Hey,
Well, it's working
Explorers.
now.
It is one of our favorite shows of the year.
It's summertime.
Summertime. So in this episode,
It's summer.
we are going to be talking all about our summer plans. We want to know what your summer plans coming up next on
D&G Explorers.
I'm Derek.
I'm Gregory.
Come join us on our adventures on
D&G Explorers. Dilly Dilly. Hello, everybody. Derek's like, what's going on? Welcome to our show.
It was not planned. We were going to do this show next week, but things changed.
Yep.
So at the last minute, Greg said, hey, I think we can do a live show if you want to do it. And I said, let's do it.
Yep, he did it just like that.
And just do it. I don't know what that is.
So tomorrow is the summer solstice, the first day of summer.
The longest day of the year. And it's either the 20th or the 21st. This year it is on the 20th.
Tomorrow. Yep.
So that is exciting.
And then even more exciting, on Friday is something happening as well after the first day of the summer solstice. You sent it to me. So it's called the Strawberry Moon.
Oh.
So how was that?
Oh.
Do you want to pull? Here, I'll pull up the information here. So it's called the Strawberry Moon.
And it looks like a strawberry. It's got those little tiny pits in there. Looks just like a strawberry moon.
Wow. Excuse me. So named after the strawberry harvest season, is expected to be visible beginning the evening of June 21st. So that
It's
is
the
Friday.
lowest, right? It's the closest.
The lowest, yep.
And the closest to
A
Earth.
little after 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, they don't.
That'll be 12 our time.
They don't have. It's not EST anymore
know,
right
it'd be
now. It's EDT because of summertime, or 8 p.m. Central Time. So it got its name from the strawberry harvesting season in the northeastern United States and is one of several Native American names for the June full moon as published in the Maine Farmer's Almanac.
That's very cool.
Yep. It says full. Oh, it went away. But that's what's happening is on Friday. So there you go.
So, Greg, why don't we welcome in the people that are watching? And if you guys, oh my gosh, look at I put our name D7G instead of D&G.
You could tell he needed some coffee. So now it's a new name today, D7G Explorers. I guess we need 6 more explorers to be 7, but we got plenty of explorers here with us.
So if you guys are watching a replay, please hit that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to us if you're new to us.
And don't think that you have the wrong channel because of D7G Explorers. So.
Yes. So let's welcome him in, Greg.
So we have Angela Nemechek, Anthony Simone, Mary Ellen Dillon, Danny D, the Spectacular Supporter, Mercy Rodriguez, Cheryl
Best
One
last
Deck
name
Down,
on the internet.
Cheryl One Deck Down, Pepper Tree Villa,
Ding, ding, ding.
Waypoint Explorers. Can we get a little more sunshine, please?
Oh wait,
Jim,
sorry. This is for Waypoint.
Season's greetings.
That's for Jim.
Holly Ayers, and Ryan Donahue. Welcome. So we know there's a lot of people that are busy. It's summertime, summer vacation, school's out. So anyone that can't make it to the live show, hopefully you get to see it later on.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to do a show this week, and then Greg was actually going to take his mom to a doctor's appointment, but the doctor
They got canceled.
So
Yep.
we
something
thought,
happened,
hey,
so they had to cancel.
let's do a pre-summer show instead of a post-summer show.
This is our summer show because the summer solstice is tomorrow.
To kick it off, we are going to do a drink. Of course, we have to do a drink. We're going to use veal. I thought, what would be a good summer drink? This is a veal peach vodka.
Is that a well-known vodka company?
They have them all over the place. I mean, they have a lot of different flavors. Greg, how do you pronounce that?
Blue Caraco.
Blue Caraco.
Even though it's called Curacao, I call it
We're
Caraco.
going to make it a margarita, so we're going to just use the Jose Cuervo margarita mix. Just add tequila.
Cuervo.
And then I might do a runner.
Don't let that fall. Don't let that fall.
We might do the blackberry Crown Royal.
That's
on
our
it.
mixer right there.
We might do that. We'll see. So I'm just going to make it here. But first, Greg, I've never tried this peach one. Why don't we do a shot of this to see what we think of it?
We're going to taste like peach cough medicine.
Those of you who are, we'll do it a little bit early today. Those of you who are creators, please put that in the chat so we can recognize you guys. Greg, you ready?
Oh, not yet.
It's
Dilly
sweet.
Dilly, everybody. Dilly Dilly. Oh gosh.
It's sweet.
Why must you do these things to me?
It's sweet. All right, so we're gonna make Greg's first. We'll do a shot glass of the peach.
Oh god.
So Greg, as I'm making this drink,
sorry, it has a bad aftertaste.
creator and super supporter Danny D, this spectacular supporter. Danny, we have reached out to Ross, and we are going to be able to do the cruise-a-thon for the Helping Hands for Cruising.
Burn's going down.
So the Helping Hands for Cruising, if you folks are not familiar with it, they do these shows periodically. Yes, but we got it.
Go ahead. I'll say.
We do these shows periodically, and they're to help fundraise for people who might not ever be able to get a chance to go on a cruise. So if they've never gone on a cruise before, then they're doing those special cruises. So we are going. Greg, stop!
Hand me the peach, please, because Anthony wanted to see the peach bottle.
You're like totally disrupting me.
Sorry. Well, I thought you were done. Sorry.
I'm not. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. You know that. All right. So, Greg, do we want to add? Let's try it without the blackberry in there. I'll let you be the guinea pig.
Well, join more peach. That's good.
You don't want the blackberry whiskey in there? Here, you got to do it. Here, of course you
Just
do.
a splash.
Yeah, just a
please.
splash.
Oh my God, Derek! Are you serious?
Just a splash.
That was like a waterfall. A splash my butt. That was a waterfall.
That's for interrupting me.
Wow, you better put a waterfall of that in yours too.
Anne Hanley looks like she's on here. Waypoint Explorers.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Our wonderful friend from the Buffalo area.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm. Yeah, you let me put a waterfall in yours too, and see how much you can drink.
Question: how is the weather out there for you guys? Pepper Tree Villa. We're going to be 108 on this coming Saturday. How hot are you guys going to be?
Well, how hot is it the first day of summer?
If you guys are unfamiliar with Pepper Tree Villa, they are getting ready to do their Christmas tree villa. They already have plans for it. They do over 30. I think this year they're going to try to do close to 40 trees, 44. Yeah. So check them out. They go live on Monday nights at 5 p.m. We also have Jim for More Sunshine, Please. He goes live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check them out too, as well as all the other channels who are creators in here.
Yep, put that waterfall in there too. Oh no. Yeah, okay. That was like a little spritz.
That was not.
So, can you mix mine, please?
I did.
We'll mix it again, please. God help me. Thank you.
Fine.
So summer solstice is 95 degrees tomorrow. The highest is 109 on Saturday for us.
It's now 109. What is Sunday?
106.
We're actually going to
Dilly.
Dilly. We're actually going to go to the races here. Races, one of the things we like in the summer, as we talk about summer, one of the things, do you need something added to that? Do you want like soda or something? 7-Up? One of the things we like to do in the summer is they have racing here in our town, which in California, sadly, a lot of the racetracks are now being closed. It's very hard to find the big tracks. Well, this one's small, but it's considered the fastest quarter mile in the U.S., I think is what they name it as.
It's still pretty big for Madera, so
yeah. And
it's fun.
They don't have as many races now as they have in the past.
Geeks, welcome.
They were over on the Dizney Nerd Herders, so
awesome.
Thank you for jumping over. It's great to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. But we are going. My dad, we didn't get a chance to have anything for Father's Day. So
what were you gonna say? You're a
Black Friday. I was gonna say.
I knew.
For 4th of July. Oh my God. Father's Day.
Wow, he can't even talk. He's barely even drink.
Yeah.
Oh, please, that drink.
So we're gonna have a barbecue, and then we're gonna go over in 109 degrees.
I think it'll be lower by then.
It should. Usually it gets a little bit breezy where we sit on there, and we're kind of desert weather. So in the summer, it's hot, and then it cools down. Our temperatures can be as high as 40 degrees from our highs to our lows in the summer.
Oh no, 71% humidity. Ugh.
Wow, that is very hot.
I can't do humidity.
Yes.
When your clothes are like sticking to you like a second skin. Oh my gosh.
Very much so. Greg, what else we got going on? Do you want something added to that? Do you want some 7-Up added to that?
That might be best.
Okay, so I'll let you run the show here for a second.
It's about time. Hey, everybody, we're going to do a song and dance. No. Excuse me. So we did welcome everybody here. Does anyone, well, I know people work during the week, but some people are on vacation. Anyone have any plans for the summer solstice for tomorrow? It's the first day of summer. I know Memorial Day weekend is when all the water parks open, all the big movies, the movie season starts the weekend of Memorial Day weekend. So thank you. Excuse me. Not much actually has come out in the terms of big blockbuster movies for Memorial Day weekend. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Memorial. Would you like some 7-Up in yours?
No, thanks. I'm good. I like the way mine tastes.
Wow.
Marion Dillon was 96 with crazy humidity. They're saying 99 to 100%. So heat index at
That's so much better.
106 tomorrow. And saying 84 here in Buffalo, supposed to be 82 to 89 for the next few days. Yesterday, though, we had a power outage with the falls here. You wouldn't expect a power problem, but apparently something broke. That is crazy.
Waypoint Explorers might be at Disneyland tomorrow night. Awesome. They're going to the Pride Nights festivals at Disneyland, it looks like. So that's going to be cool.
I thought that was 2 nights ago.
I think they're still doing it.
They do it more than one day?
I think so.
Huh. I did not know. We've never done that. We went. We went there.
We went to Disneyland, and it ended up being a Pride.
Yeah, I think they called it Gay Day, and we didn't realize what it was.
We saw a bunch of people in red, and that's what they do. I don't know where that came from, but we were like, there's a lot of people in red.
What's going on today?
So we found out, and we're like, whatever. So it really wasn't any different for me, you know. I don't think it was different for you. So last night and tomorrow night.
So awesome. one other thing which is special today, which I think it's starting to gain more momentum. I know where I work, our company. I work at PetSmart. Our company is celebrating a lot of things. We're very an inclusive company. We're very we believe in belonging, and Juneteenth is today, which was where it's basically the freedom of the slaves. Texas was the last state to abolish it. So this is a day they celebrate that. And it's starting to, I'm hearing more people talk about it because it's, I know they've had it for a while, but I think more companies are starting to pick up on it. Some people are celebrating it as like it's a bank holiday now. Some people were saying that they do have the day off, but they're not getting paid for it. But some people do have a bank holiday. So
it's not a national holiday or government holiday where they pay you. But yeah, we have a thing at our work where we go over all of the holidays for the month, and that was one of them. So we don't get the day off either. Traveling Gilberts. Who the heck are those Gilberts?
Yes. Hope you guys
welcome.
Are well. I know they were saying they were going to go live on Saturday, and they were doing stuff outside, and I think they were like selling
are cool out there.
They were really tired, so they couldn't do it. They couldn't go live. Anne says, I plan to go to Colorado in August for a week to visit family. Other than that, a lot of camping. Bad part of camping is no internet, but that might be
that's a good thing.
A good thing, unless you're like Greg and he likes to race with his Switch.
The Switch. I would not bring that on a camping trip. If I like real camping, I don't like glamping is what they call it, where they stay at a hotel and they call it camping. That's not camping to me. Mary Ellen Dillon, did we say welcome? They call it glamping.
Glamping, but
I don't like it. I like roughing it with the real camping in a tent.
I don't. This is going to sound gross, but I don't like to use the restrooms out in the wild that are basically outhouses.
You don't have to. There's other things that they've come up with since then. They have portable toilets that they do. You can wash them, but they're I believe they're like collapsible
So
thing.
you poop in a thing and then you collapse it down.
No.
Where's the poop gonna go?
No, you don't collapse it down with it in the. Oh my god.
Waypoint, just take a big litter box.
No, they have things that have made it easier for you
See,
to
there
do
you
that
go.
kind of
They have
thing.
many glamping sites in there.
I don't like glamping. I want to do.
That's me. I would do that.
I want to do. Well, camping can be in an RV. It could be in a tent. It could be in a cabin where you're still outside.
Well, that's what like Tammy did glamping, and they were in this little kind of it's like almost like a with little tiny houses. It was almost like that, but they were outside. It wasn't a hotel.
But they have really nice tents where they're like not the ones from Harry Potter size, but they do have nice big tents that even have like sectioned off areas, if you want to make like rooms or something. They do have very nice tents where you can camp comfortably, and they have come out with things for when you have to go bathroom and stuff like that.
They had it I've seen on Facebook where there's like a little like where you probably what you're saying, and then you can like a curtain, you can extend a curtain up.
Yep. And Hanley said, "Okay, enough. I have a travel trailer with beds, a bathroom, refrigerators, yes, 2 stove and everything." Well, that's still camping. But when I think of camping, it's like a tent and everything. But you could do different types of camping.
Thank you, Angela.
No outhouse.
And the gross thing, I mean, this was probably in the 80s.
If you got to rough it.
Someone was arrested. This happened,
oh my gosh, Derek, you were going to bring this up.
This happened, I think, either Sequoia National Park or Kings Canyon National Park. This is up here in the mountains.
I'm just going to drink.
And some guy got his kicks by being down inside the toilet. So when people went to the restroom,
that is so gross.
He was in there. And
well, he was in a
arrested.
hazmat suit.
Vanna GM, I'm so sorry that you popped in while we're talking about
moving on. Hey, Disney nerd herders, welcome.
It's a herd attack.
Yeah, moving on from that nasty, disgusting subject.
Yeah, we have to change that. Vanna says, my husband and I are going on a 7-day Northeast Canada cruise for our 30th anniversary on the NCL Breakaway in September. Have you gone on this breakaway? No, we have not gone on that, but we've been on the Breakaway Plus class ships. And when I was looking at the Breakaway, there's a lot of similarities between the Breakaway Plus. Careful when you're doing that, Greg, because you're shaking this. There's a lot of similarities between the Breakaway Plus class ships to the Breakaway. So those are the Bliss, that's the Encore, and that's the Escape. And that's my favorite class of ship. I hear some people didn't have a good experience on the Breakaway. That was when they did the Vloggers cruise. But I think when you have that many people on there, and I guarantee you it was a pretty rowdy crowd, it might have not went well with the NCL cast members that were there, or crew members. But I think you will like that. We were on the NCL Escape, and we actually did vlogs on those. And we did, hold on one second, let me finish this. We went out of New York. And we went to Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine. We went to Bahaba, which was amazing. One of our favorite ports. We went to St. John Bay of Fundy, and then we went to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and that was an amazing trip.
Savannah GM, so welcome.
Well, Movie Mania, Nick, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
I know you're talking about Norwegian and everything.
The Disney Nerd Herders, they go live right before us. They are in they're in oh my gosh, not Hollywood
they're
Studios.
In Universal Studios,
yeah. Orlando right now.
Charlie doesn't like the rides that people scream on, I think I heard him say. But if you go to Islands of Adventure, that's probably more than half of the rides there you're going to scream on.
Another question.
Tiffany Peacock, welcome.
Give Rachel a hug for us, a virtual hug. A question for you guys, since it's a summer. do you guys like to go to theme parks? Is that the best time for you
Constant
guys to
Vanna
go?
Jan.
Or do you avoid them because of the heat and how crowded they tend to be? But usually when it's hot, Disney parks at least tend to be, at least on the East Coast, tend to be a little bit less crowded because people stay away from that. Disney Nerd Herders could probably back that up for us. And Jim from Where Sunshine Plays.
Well, and we haven't been. Is that picture crooked? Yeah, it is. Excuse me, the one right there.
She did the same thing we did. We went.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think we did it in 2018 also.
I think our Disneyland, we haven't been there in so long. I was telling Derek today, I would like to go there again.
Oh.
I missed I said it yesterday, last night. I said, I want to go back to Disneyland. I miss the parks and everything. I don't like the haunted house. Young people are screaming like nuts through the whole house. LOL. Oh, they have haunted houses right now? In summertime?
Is
Excuse me.
the Horror Nights of that? No, it wouldn't be now. It would, if anything, it would be in August. I think is when they'll probably start.
Well, but I think they might have stuff now that's permanent. Oh, speaking of that, and I was saying Disneyland. We haven't been there in a while, so I would like to go back. As soon as we can. The prices have gone up a little bit, so we'll see. But Vegas is opening up Universal Studios haunted houses areas permanently. So
all year round.
Yep, it's not going to be at a theme park, but they are going to plug themselves into the Vegas area with their haunted houses for Halloween time, but it's year long. So that's going to be cool. That's going to employ a lot of people.
Anne said she's gone to the ones over in Florida, Universal and Disney, but she has not done the one in California. The one thing to remember when you come to California, everything is restricted by space. And that's why Walt Disney World is so big, is because when Disneyland opened, it was basically orange orchards around there, and quickly everything was bought up. So they have two parks. One of the parks used to be the parking lot, which is Disney California Adventures, and they face each other. So they don't technically have room to add another park, although they do own some property in different areas, and they're looking at getting creative for it. So don't expect the same experience of how massive Walt Disney World to Disneyland. But to us, Disneyland is what we call our park, is because it's the park that Walt Disney actually created himself.
That's
and
our second home.
You feel you're walking through the steps that Walt Disney did.
Mm-hmm.
They always have his apartment. The lamp is always lit. So when you look above the firehouse, you see the lamp lit there, which is to honor Walt Disney. And that was always on when Walt Disney when he was alive. It was when he was in the park.
And if you look really closely, you might possibly see his ghost waving out the window.
Oh my gosh.
They have actually said they've seen his ghost, so you never know. Welcome, Nautical Nurse Nancy. I like how she said popping in after supper. You don't hear people say supper that much anymore, and I love it. I say dinner or supper.
Well, it's a regional thing because Tammy,
it's like, what are we going to have for supper?
They're not British.
I know.
They don't say supper in England.
I know. I'm just saying supper. Like,
Please, may I have some more?
Okay, Oliver. But no, people call it dinner or supper, just like you call it oatmeal or porridge. You don't hear people say that very often either.
Porridge is what I was brought up with, since my mom
that's
British.
That's Oliver. Please, sir, I want some more. Poor guy. Nick's Globe, welcome.
Welcome in. Thank you so much. One of the things that cracked me up is when I posted on Facebook today, I posted that our live show, I got it reversed. I said we were going live at 8 o'clock Pacific and 5 o'clock Eastern. And Nick Bell said, "Hey guys, I think you got it wrong."
Yeah.
which
There
we
you
did.
go.
That might be the fact that I got up at 4:30 this morning to be at work. So that might be the fact on that. Your brother is here. Sean, hello.
Hey, Sean,
Happy
welcome.
Dilly Dilly. Thank you for joining us
Yes,
today.
Dilly, Dilly, Dilly.
So Cheryl says my husband calls it supper too. He was born and raised in Wisconsin.
Nurse Nancy said I had a delicious meal of tortellini Alfredo with peas, ham, and bacon. So good.
That sounds really good.
Awesome. We're going to have leftover pizza. But that's good too.
Did you have it in a sauce, or is that what kind of thing did you use?
Oh,
Ooh, Anne
we
had
missed-
coconut shrimp.
Oh, I don't like coconut shrimp, but I mean, I don't like coconut, but I do love coconut shrimp. That's weird, I know, but I like it. Two Real Geeks said, "Don't do that Vegas thing. Not going to be worth it. Trust me on that." Well, it's not there yet, but if you don't live there, it's something fun to do. Hopefully the price isn't outrageous and they have, more than
It's
one
Vegas.
house, more than one haunted house. But if you go there, for a visit, it's something to do, and Vegas is a little pricey at times, but I think it would be worth it just to at least do it once. But then they might change their houses throughout the year. I don't think it's going to be the same all the time. That would get stagnant and old. So
they
I
might
think
change
they're
it yearly.
they'll change the themes for like Halloween and stuff probably.
Because you figure how many times do people actually go to Vegas?
A lot.
Like, I don't know.
People
East
go
Coast,
a lot.
West Coast, yes, but East Coasters, how much do they actually go? So I could see maybe once a year they would change it, but not that often.
I would think they would change it, especially like for Halloween time. It would be more themed. I don't even know what the themes are right now. I don't know much about it.
They
haven't built it yet.
Circus around Circus they had the Halloween horror thing, but I don't know who put that on. I don't remember who did that, but
yeah,
I heard that was really popular. So that's probably why Universal ended up doing that, was to draw some attention and possibly see if there's an interest in Vegas. That might be a fun thing to do.
There's Nancy likes coconut shrimp when done well. Yes, especially with like the sweet and sour sauce that you dip it in, or the like a ginger sauce. That would be nice too.
Anne says she's been to Vegas once in life years ago. Vegas
It's a lot to do.
A lot, and it's kind of funny because we're friends with someone who was at the time the youngest illusionist in the U.S. That was several years ago.
Yep.
And back then, Siegfried and Roy.
No, well, yes, they knew Siegfried and Roy. They also knew Penn and Teller. Yes,
but Siegfried and Roy.
They still know Penn and Teller.
At the time, they said, "Get out of Vegas," because that's a place where dead ends people end their careers. Go to Europe, build your who you are, and then come back and tour.
But it's
toured
funny how
with,
they were in Vegas for a long time though too.
He toured with he would have 5 huge trucks moving his stuff. He would do it in theaters. I
hope it gets back to that more too.
Yeah, we can say his name, can't we? Since he still performs, can't we say his name?
I don't know if he does.
Okay, so we won't say it just in case he doesn't. But he so yeah, it's kind of funny back then, and that's where in Vegas people ended their careers, but it's not anymore. People they have residencies there. Yep. It's a completely different atmosphere than it used to be.
Off topic. What?
Nancy. That's where we had dinner at Guy's place down on the
Guy's Kitchen or something like that.
I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, and we had some really good street tacos and fun things like that.
Come on, Ronnie, you'll have to go with us.
What did they say?
Ronnie says Teresa has, but not him. He hasn't been yet.
Oh, that would be fun to go all together. We should do we did a get together for YouTube.
It was Ship Show. It was the
Vegas.
Ship Show and Sharon at Sea where we went.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have to do it. Anyone can put it on, and whoever wants to show up can show up. But it was fun to do that, and then we got to have some dinners or suppers with Nancy and Anthony on the ships on our last cruise, the non-group group cruise.
And we are actually celebrating we talk about summer, we are actually celebrating Vegas for Greg's belated birthday because I have inventory when he has his birthday. So we're going to go a couple of weeks later to celebrate it.
So my birthday is on a Saturday, and so I'm probably gonna do a double feature. I know one movie already, but I'm gonna be all by myself.
All by myself.
And speaking of that song, that comes back to what I was gonna say, which I forgot. Celine Dion, God bless her, she's making a comeback, and she
really?
Yes, she said that she is going to come back to Vegas at some point. She's been working.
Wow.
She's been working very hard on her body, on her vocals, because she's had some health things going on.
It's a neurological thing, hasn't it?
It affects her body and her voice and everything. But she's been working very hard to come back.
I would see her in concert.
I would love to see her in concert, but it was outrageously priced.
I was going to say,
like Adele is
$1,000 or something.
But if I could see her just once, I would be happy.
And then you go see Erasure, and the Erasure tickets are like $87 to see them in Vegas.
Yes.
Which is fine with me.
But I would love to see her even just once in concert would be awesome. And Adele. But Adele actually is leaving soon, I think, from Vegas.
Your brother's seen Celine in concert.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm jealous of that. That's one thing I'm jealous of you with.
Wow, that sounds like some sibling rivalry there or something.
That's not a rivalry.
Sorry, Sean.
No. Well, we saw Cher in concert. Watch him come back and say, we saw Cher.
We've seen her 10 times. Another thing which is going on this summer, you guys, is it kind of took me by surprise. It's the Summer Olympics.
Yes.
In Paris.
July 26th in France.
So through August 11th.
Summer Olympics.
This is the second city to host it 3 times. They hosted it in 1900, 1924.
Oh.
And now 2024.
1900s? I didn't even know the Olympics were around back then. The 1900? The year 1900?
They went back to way back in the Roman times. Remember they used to play it naked?
Oh my gosh, Derek. That wasn't called the Olympics.
What was it called? The Olympics, they used to do it naked. Way back in the Roman times.
I'm thinking of like gladiators or something.
Gladiators weren't naked, right?
No, they would fight to the death. That was their Olympics back then.
What does that have to do with them being naked?
Okay. I'm going to have to fact check that on.
I think it had something to do with them supposed to be in perfect form. So the bot, never mind. We won't get into that. But you guys back me up on that.
Let me just go to my Google and fact check all of this.
Yes, that is true. So you guys have learned something new if you didn't know about it today. But we did go to Paris. Well, we went to Disneyland Paris.
Yes, which is not actually in Paris.
No.
But
we saw it.
The Eiffel Tower is like 40 minutes away, and you can literally see it across the way when you were on the bullet train.
Would that be literally or visibly see it?
Literally, visibly. What was that called? Not the bullet train. What was it called?
Gregory fact checking naked people.
Oh my gosh, no! I would fact check the 1900 Olympics.
No, they weren't naked then. The Olympics go way back. And they've continued. They used to do it in Greece.
Well, then I'll fact check the Olympics in Greece.
Wow. But what is your do you guys French train is the TGV? We went on
what was the one we went it was called
it was a channel.
The channel. We went what it was.
We went on the Eurostar.
But before you go under the water, you could see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, we stayed at those were our very first vlogs that we did for our channel. It was for my 50th birthday, and that's a few years ago. But we stayed at my cousin's, and Greg and I, we battled the trains because we don't have train stations
we didn't
here.
Battle.
You got caught in the turnstile. You got your luggage left on the platform.
Well, my arm was out of the doors that closed. They literally closed on my arm
in the subway,
and I was not letting go. And these nice people came and helped to open the door before the train moved. and I pulled my luggage in, and yes, I got caught in the turnstile also.
And then we went through the channel. The channel goes underneath the English Channel, and you're there for about 30 minutes underneath the channel. And
Channel.
It's called the channel, but it's the English Channel. Is that what they go on?
Yes, you're literally underwater.
Yeah. And we didn't
That's
know.
the scary part.
We didn't know. And then like 5 minutes in it, we thought, hey, it's been dark a while. We
And
must be in an English channel.
They do
under the
have
channel.
lights in the tunnel that go by really fast. I would not want to be the person to have to change those lights.
Anne says we have a train station here. We do have an Amtrak station, which was our very first vlog. We took the Amtrak to Hanford to go to the ice cream place. That was to test if we could actually do a YouTube channel.
What was it called?
Superior Dairy.
Yep.
And
now,
Superior Dairy.
Yep. And now you can't even eat inside of there.
After COVID, they don't allow people to eat in there. You have to take your food
but
out.
yet they have all their tables and stuff there. Go figure.
But they do have a park across the street, and that's where people do it.
I just don't understand that. It's been so long and everything's opened up more.
It might be staffing. It might
I
be
don't
cost.
know.
It's cheaper to do it that way than.
Thank you, Sean. Hope you stay cool out there too.
Yes. So yeah, what sports do you guys like do you like Winter Olympics more than Summer Olympics? Or do you like, and if you do like Summer Olympics, or, I mean, you got to have within it.
They all have something different to
forward
offer.
to. Yeah. I like the Winter Olympics more, but I do like a lot of the Summer Olympic games. I watch track and field,
Night,
but
Greg, brother.
I'm not. I like track and field, but I think probably gymnastics. That tends to get more hype.
Well, I mean, I like gymnastics, but I also like the diving, where men and women's diving, where they're way, way up high, and they're doing like multiple flips, and then they like missile into the water. That's pretty cool too. They have different things that winter and summer offer. So I mean, winter's cool because they have all the sleds and everything. That's really cool too.
So Anne likes the swimming and diving and ice skating. So some of each, yes, and gymnastics. And since I was born in England, I don't want to say I just root for the US, but I also root for England. So if there's someone in there for England, I'm always pulling for them, even though I am an American because I was born in an Air Force base in England. But
he's yelling out, "Rule Britannia!
Britannia, roll the waves!" Yes, that's what I do. I was thinking about putting for the 4th of July. I was going to put the Union Jack out there, which is a British flag, but I thought we might get eggs, so we better not.
Wow. We do have our flag out there right now from Memorial Day, and I was like, I'm just going to leave it up because it has to be so high up now. It's different than where we used to be at. I have to use a ladder to get up to even put it there. So, excuse me, we'll leave it up all the way to July 4th.
And
I prefer Winter Olympics, but really like to watch the men swimming. Wink, wink. Oh my!
But the water's cold. Nancy says, I like ice skating and roller skating, but I shouldn't do much. Yes, Nancy, you should not do. Wasn't it roller skating where you hurt yourself on the royal ship that you were on?
And then she retracted her message. We already saw it, Nancy. I'm giving her a bad time. We did ice skating, and surprisingly, we didn't fall. Did I come in too late to talk about the D&G Explorers in the corner?
Yeah, remember here. Actually, I can edit it.
Oh.
But we'll just leave it up for the rest of it. I can change it, but
yeah, it was just by mistake.
This computer is getting ready to take a dive, and apparently someone spilled a drink in the control pad. Someone, we won't say who. It was me. And since then, the control pad's a little bit sticky. So nothing like sticky keys to ruin you trying to type. And that's what I said. He said leave it.
Well, and
yes, and yes.
China, does that mean she has to cheer for China? She can cheer for whoever she wants.
My mom, we lived in England for about 10 years. My mom is very British. We were brought up very British. I like a lot of the British cuisine, even though now
and
it's
then when
so
you got
different.
here, you were corrupted like crazy. Everything went out the window.
So I'm very, even though I don't have an English accent, I lost my accent in England.
Except for some words.
Yes, but I lost my accent in England, believe it or not. I went to the English kindergarten, and then I went also before that, I went to the British preschool. But in first grade, I went on to an American base, and then we moved on to the American base in third grade. And I lost my accent in England because when you're kids, you pick up more year round.
Like I just imagine you in English kindergarten.
We had a little 45.
I'm sure
you
it was
could
cute.
go into, like back in the day, you could go to a beach, like a fun park, and you could make a 45 record, and I'm singing Hickory Dickory Dock.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And I'm saying it with a British accent.
Yep.
Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock took run, down he run. Hickory Dickory Dock. And we lost the record, and they said I threw it away. And I said, why would I throw away something like that? But yeah, a lot like being very Southern. So I lost my accent, sadly, when I was in England. And when we moved here, no one knew I lived in England for the last 10 years of my life.
I was born in New York, but I don't have a New York accent. Now, Anthony, I love when he says having some coffee. I love when he says the word coffee. I love how New Yorkers say coffee. But that sounds more Brooklyn also. But Brooklyn and New York is the same thing, but it's different parts of New York. So I don't know if their accents are slightly different. I don't think they are. My dad was from Brooklyn, and he had an accent.
Well, Anne has a lot different accent than Anthony does.
Yeah.
So Western New Yorkers have a different accent for sure. So Greg, how are we doing on time? I know the ship show isn't going live tonight. One thing that we wanted to talk about is when we moved over, my mom got me. I was in the condo for 17 years, and she gave me 3 rose bushes to plant, but there's one which is beautiful. It's like yellow, and it has purplish pink on the outside of it.
Like a hybrid.
And to me, it's special. And
it's smaller too.
With all the moving and everything we had to do, I didn't get any of the rose bushes, but that was the one I wanted. I was going to sneak over there because we just found out the place was sold. But the place was overgrown. All the bushes and all that we had, it was overgrown. So I thought, no one's going to know. I'm just going to go over there because my mom planted them and I really wanted them. And Greg said, no, you shouldn't do that. Well, Greg, bless his heart, he saw the garage door because he does walks on his lunch, and he walks by our old house, which is only like 9 houses away on the other next street over.
Across the street.
And he saw the door open, so he went over there and talked to the guy, and he asked the guy that, what did you say to the guy?
I just said, hi, we used to live here, and I was wondering if we can have one of the rose bushes that we weren't able to take with us. And I showed him where it was, and he said, yeah, that's fine. And I said, we'll replace it with another one. And he goes, oh, that's okay. I have another one here. I said, well, that one was planted too, but we only want this one. So he wasn't even worried about us replacing it, but we are going to replace it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it just to be nice of it. So,
and we'll leave our own little permanent stamp on the place. So,
it means we're going to urinate in the yard?
No. With the rose bush. We're planting a rose bush there. What are we talking about?
I don't know what you were talking
about.
We're
just talking about planting a rose bush.
You said we were going to leave a personal stamp there.
Yes, we're planting a rose bush there, and we know that we planted it, and nobody else except him would know that.
Exactly. But Greg, other things that are going on. Anne says she doesn't have an accent, but I do call it soda pop. What accent?
Soda pop. People call it soda pop still.
We were talking about you saying Angela. We polo with each other, and Angela said breakfast. But apparently,
It's breakfast.
Apparently, Californians say it breakfast. I think that's what Angela was saying.
You don't have to pronounce breakfast. You just say breakfast. I'm saying it right, breakfast.
And I didn't realize that Californians have that saying to them. But Greg, you mean Coke? Yes, everything in the South is called Coke. No matter what it is, it's
now,
Coke.
Coke can mean something different. I wouldn't just walk up to somebody and say, "Do you have some Coke?" Because that can mean a drink or something else. And yeah, I'm not into that.
So, Greg, and
I don't like Coca-Cola anyway. I like Pepsi.
So this year, what we're looking forward to is we don't really have any big trips planned. We do have. It's actually going to be considered fall because it's September. Oh, I don't know. September 21st. We are going on a cruise. We're able to book a casino offer cruise.
Yep, with an inside cabin for
cabin.
the very first time.
Yep.
Gonna see what it's like.
Yeah, on the Friends.
I'm gonna miss the balcony. I'll just go to somebody. Excuse me, can I just stand on your balcony for just a smidge of a minute, just so I can get the feeling of it?
we're on. I think it's still called the Lido deck, but we're on the one where Guy's Burger is, and there's some other restaurants here.
I know.
We're literally
balcony room,
when you come out into like the rooms, we're the very first one on the left side. So if we freak out, we can quickly run out. Hopefully, Greg's fully clothed, and we'll.
Oh
run
my
out
gosh! I would be worried about
balcony.
you. You're the one that always messes up and says clothing optional when it's
doesn't
all
mean-
inclusive.
It doesn't mean I'm wearing clothing optional, but
What? It doesn't mean you're wearing
I'm naked.
clothing optional. That makes no sense at all. I'm not wearing clothing optional. Dilly Dilly, everybody.
Yes. Another thing that we really like about the summer are movies, and there's one movie I'm excited about.
Which already
Only
pre-ordered
one.
the tickets for.
So, Greg, what is it?
It is A Quiet Place Day 1. I just pre-ordered the tickets for the 4DK room, so that'll be fun. And so that's there's actually a couple movies that are coming out for the summertime that I am very interested in. But we also have 4th of July. We are going to have our 4th of July show on July 3rd. We will be doing fireworks for the very first time at our house. So we'll get to share all of our fireworks with you guys and let you see what we bought. From Naked Olympics to clothing optional on the Lido. I know. Oh my. I know. Tell me about it, Anne. I don't know what's going on with him right now.
They were naked in the first Olympics.
Oh my God. Are we going back to that now?
Because
I'm talking about the 4th of July.
It was only men back then.
Okay. OMG, when I moved north and said soda, I swear people are going to have. Wait, what?
Waypoint.
I moved north and said soda. I swear people were going to have a heart
Because
attack.
she said soda instead of pop. We call it.
Oh my God.
We call it soda here.
Waypoint Explorers, Dilly Dilly, hide your willy. Oh,
Do you think that's Adam or Steve?
I would say that's Steve.
I think it's Adam.
Steve, yeah, he has some stuff come out at times with what he says. He's, but Adam, I wouldn't put it past him. Did you know they are making a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child movie?
I think we did know that, did we?
Out next year. I did not know they were doing a movie. Now the question is it the original cast coming back? Because if it's not, then I'm not going to be happy with that. Greg wins. It was Steve. See, I know Steve. I mean, I know Adam too, but Steve, he's the instigator at times.
So Anthony's asking, Greg will go to a movie by himself, and because we have one day together that we're off, which is Sunday. I have usually Wednesdays off. I have tomorrow off this week, but I work Saturdays and Greg is off the weekend. Mm-hmm. So Greg will use Saturdays as a day to go to movies. He loves to watch movies, even if it's by himself. Yep. Have you seen the new Bad Boys movie?
No,
that's with Will Smith and
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
I actually don't have any interest in it. I've never seen any of them. But there's movies that I want to see specifically with Derek and I, and then there's movies that Derek doesn't care to watch. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go watch it.
Hey, Kay,
So-
how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome. And then there's movies that I've seen. I'm like, you've got to watch this, and he ends up watching it in the theater, and he likes it. So I know him in movies. He's
Well, like one of them was the greatest showman,
Yep.
which I had no interest in seeing.
and you watched it and you loved it.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yep. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up for summertime. I know the new Inside Out is out. I've heard good things about it. We weren't too into the first one, but I think we need to watch it again to kind of get it more, because I kind of want to.
That was one of my least favorite Disney
I
movies.
kind of want to see this one. I've seen TikToks about it, and it looks very heartwarming and endearing.
A lot of people like the first one, and a lot of people
Waypoint
like
it.
a lot of people like the second one.
Yeah.
So-
And there was an end credit scene. I hope you guys stayed to watch that, because a lot of people, I guess, are leaving the theater before they see it.
I was going to say, if we see it, we should probably see it in a theater, because I think the 2 or 3 times we tried to watch the first one, we fell asleep. So,
Yep. So there you go. We need to watch it.
yes. What are we drinking today? So we are having a combination of peach vodka.
I keep saying that veal. I'm like, we're not drinking veal.
We have blue curacao.
Caraco.
We have the margarita mix. And then we just have a
Yeah.
tiny
No,
little
Derek
bit
put a waterfall worth in there.
of the Crown Royal Black.
I had to
raspberry.
add 7 Up because it was just too much. This is perfect the way it is now with 7 Up.
Oh my gosh.
Greg, it is original cast I saw for Harry Potter movie. I haven't heard anything about that. I'll have to look it up. I haven't even seen a trailer for it.
Yeah, we are huge Harry
Well,
Potter
thanks
fans.
for telling us.
We went, we actually did a vlog on it. We went to Leavesden Studios where they filmed Harry Potter. That was when we went to Walt Disney World. Or
I don't think they filmed everything there, but they filmed a lot.
a lot of it. But that was one of our first vlogs that we did. The first time we did it, we got it copyrighted issues, and I had to change some stuff on there. But very interesting. It's interesting. I'm sorry. When we did our first vlogs, it's interesting that I did it on an iPad that only had 16 gigabytes available, and we did that through most of the vlogs until we went on
And that was like on the iPhone 14, I think.
No, it was
Or
like
12.
No, it was the 6.
How was that? No,
It was the 6.
6 Plus.
And then on the Bliss, I bought this computer, and we started transitioning it. But some of the stuff was still done on the iPad, which I look at it now, and I can tell because
You bought this on the Bliss?
yeah, not
Or
on the Bliss,
But for the Bliss.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been that long?
and I can tell because whenever you see a video with us and it shows a picture without any music or sound, that was done on the iPad, because I can't, like on the computer, I can put a picture and you could hear talking or music. I can do that with the computer, but I can't do that with the iPad. So it's just interesting that how things have changed. And so it's good. But Greg, it's already the top of the hour. We know that the ship show isn't going live tonight. I heard they're a hiatus tonight and tomorrow or next week. So I think if they are live, I do apologize. Mary Ellen says timing is great. Daniel Radcliffe's show is about to close on Broadway. Congratulations to him. He got the Emmy for that.
Tony Award.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. There was something else that I wanted to mention, Greg. What was it? For those of you who are familiar with the Cabo San Lucas, we went to the Giggling Marlin, and in our intro video, you see Greg hanging upside down. Yeah. That was filmed at the Giggling Marlin. We haven't released those vlogs yet, so maybe by 2040 they'll be out on the internet.
It did catch fire recently.
Caught fire and it burned down.
Unfortunately,
Daniel Fields actually was the one that shared that post, and so sadly, that's no longer there.
Yeah.
And the
they
one
might rebuild it. Who knows?
We ate at
better.
We ate at a restaurant in Isla Mujeres, was it right after COVID? And that restaurant burned down too, and that was an amazing restaurant.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, I'm noticing a trend. I hope every place
don't invite us over.
I hope every place we've been to doesn't burn down now.
But that was in Mexico. Both of them were in Mexico. So
that's a trend.
but other than that, you guys,
And it was the first bar restaurant
1984. It opened in Cabo San Lucas.
Lucas.
Yes. So
and Angela was with us. Me and Angela both hung upside down. It actually hurt my ankles, to be honest, but a lot of people have fun with it. So
thank you guys so much for joining us
Sorry
tonight.
to end on that note.
Yes, if you guys are watching a replay, put some comments in the chat below of what you guys are looking forward to this summer. One of the things I like about summer is it's here, and in a couple of months it's going to be done with, because it gets so hot here and I don't have air conditioning in the car that I melt in the summer. So it's here. We have 108 degrees, like we said, coming up.
I can't wait for fall weather and Halloween to come up.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be fun at our new house.
Danny, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. I appreciate everyone in here. Thank you for the love and support. And with that, Greg, I think it's ready to, why don't we just chug this, Greg?
Oh, yes. I don't think so.
We have to drive.
Dilly Dilly, everybody.
Dilly Dilly. I'm Derek.
And I'm Gregory.
If you forget our names, I'm Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer.
Little Explorer. What is that? I'm Little Explorer.
I'm Big Explorer.
And as Walt Disney once said,
we are just
getting started.
Have a good night. What was that? Just getting started.
I can't turn it off.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Dilly.